And welcome back to Go, where we're coming to you from the Manitoba Museum's Science Gallery, and joining us now is Scott Young. Scott is the manager here at the Science Gallery and Planetarium. Scott, let's begin with what we talked about at the beginning of the show. The NASA Moon Rock exhibit was launched about a month ago here at the museum. First of all, what is the rock all about? What is the significance of this rock?
Well, this is an actual rock from the moon. The Apollo missions went up there, they walked on the moon, they collected a bunch of samples and brought them back. And after all the science was done on them to learn what they could, there were basically enough leftover pieces that NASA could tour them around. So we basically applied to get this moon rock, and it took about almost a year to go through all the paperwork and the details and the security and stuff like that. And then I had to fly down to Houston to pick the rock up and bring it back here because they don't allow it to be mailed. So now we have this moon rock here. It's actually from the moon.
Well, and that's what I wanted to ask you. How difficult was it maybe bringing this thing to the museum here? It sounds like it was quite the process. What was that? What did that entail?
Yeah, there's a lot of paperwork involved. There's, just from customs and stuff like that. There's what's the country of origin from a thing like this? Well, it's the moon. There's no checkbox for that. So basically, we had to do a whole bunch of stuff. The security people on the airline kind of were all freaking out about it. It's like, what is this? And as soon as I opened it up and showed them, they were like, come and see this. Hey, come and see this. So they were excited. The customs folks were less excited. They just sort of took my paperwork, gave it the stamp, told me to have a nice day. So that was a lot simpler than it could have been. That was great.
In terms of something as significant as this, whether it's been at this museum or in Winnipeg, has there been anything like this in Winnipeg in recent memory?
Not in recent memory. Okay. Apparently, back when the first moon landing happened in 1969, there was a moon rock on display in Winnipeg for about 24 hours or something like that. There was like a quick tour through the, sort of the propaganda tour of, hey, we did it. But not since then. And moon rocks are exceptionally rare. Like there are only a handful of them on display in the world. So it's really cool to have one. And of course, we use it not just to look at the rock, but also to tell the story of the Apollo time. Those missions were amazing exploration missions that involved not just the American NASA program, but also Canadian scientists were involved. It's just this great story from far enough ago that a lot of people don't remember.
So, and the rock alone is pretty cool, but you've got a little bit more to offer in this exhibit. What else can folks check out as well as the rock at the same time?
Yeah, well, we got the rock. We've got sort of a video interpretation of the story, so people know, how the rock came from the moon to the museum. We also have a huge moon globe that was used in some of the Apollo training stuff. And we've got also our meteorites exhibit. You can't touch the moon rock, unfortunately. It's very, very fragile and rare. But we do have a touchable meteorite, which is a rock from space that you can actually lift up and get a sense of. And on the weekends, we also have activities in our Explore Science Zone where it's hands-on stuff. You get to make moon craters, you make your own moon base, you get to touch a bunch of different kinds of rocks that are similar but different to the moon rock. So it's kind of a whole experience.
All right, that is the NASA Moon Rock exhibit on until June here in the museum's Science Gallery. Let's go down to Mike Valente, who's got a chat with Natalie McMaster.